Hello everybody, this is Bulldozer Investing. Today is March 12th, 2021, 4:42. It is Friday and a week. So let's go ahead and analyze the market. And before we do, I do like to thank the subscribers. We did reach over 1K sub in 3 months, so that's really exciting. I would have never thought I would have gotten this far. If you do like the content and you like the channel, give us a like and subscribe. If you don't, you can give us a constructive reasoning on what we could do better and so forth. So just let us know how we can make the channel better on the YouTube comments. All right, so let's go ahead and start VIX analysis. This wedge that we drew yesterday, it tried to break above it, but then closed right at the bottom of the wedge. So we'll see how this plays out. I think the bottoming and the very nice support on VIX is around 20 even. So if VIX goes to 20, it could be a signal for us to load some profits off of the rally this week, which I do think, and again, I'm not sure if you guys can agree with me or not, but this does seem like a nice cup and handle here, and I've told you so many times that cups can go like this with a straight handle, cups can go like that, okay, or cups can go perfect circle. So this is the one that goes, a kind of like a flag, but this kind of looks like a wedge to me. We'll see how that works, but I think VIX is eventually is going to top out around 27. It's a strong resistance right on the cloud line. We'll see how the market reacts, and it's totally fine for the market to come down 1% to 2% next week for the rally to start the next rally, the bull run. So that's VIX for you. Nothing has changed. I think VIX is sitting at the possible bottom here, and it could move towards, as you can see, it didn't make it all the way to 23.28, but it could move to 23.28, 26.59, and 27.61. Those are the levels that VIX is going to try to test next week. Next up is SPY, so let's go ahead and take a look at SPY and what's going on with it. I'm going to have to distort the chart a little bit just to zoom in and see what we're doing. And it's a gap up inside day. Pretty much this is a double bottom, and it broke the previous, it tried to break the previous high and it couldn't, and it closed right near the previous high before this huge downfall, or a little correction you might say. I think that it could, VIX can visit, I mean not VIX, sorry. If VIX goes up, SPY can revisit the 389, 390 levels for the next upside. For 11, 412, maximum side is 414 on the SPY in the short, coming up maybe April. That I'm assuming by April, beginning of April, or the middle of April. I'm assuming that we might hit around 414. Let's take a look at the weekly though and see what's going on the weekly chart. Weekly, everything is bullish. Again, this little correction we had at the end of February and the beginning of March really didn't. It's just three candles of VIX, and it looks like a nice recovery here, and then a solid green candle on the weekly. If we get another solid green candle like that, I wouldn't be surprised. But I think we're gonna pull back and try to test that. You see this channel that we drew? It's a pitchfork. It could very well test the 389 level again at the bottom of this channel and then move up towards the top of the channel, which is about 417. I said 414 at max, but we'll see how that goes. But I don't think we need to break this 394 level. Obviously, the previous top, right? But you can see that if you look at the technicals, and people were freaking out, but if you look at the weekly chart, it was just a normal pullback, and you can see we had like more pullbacks before, right? This 3 weeks was more violent. So I wouldn't really worry about the market, not yet. So a solid week this week. It was good. Let's see what the next week brings. Again, the next week we could hit 397. I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm first waiting for a pullback towards the 389 and then go towards 397. Next up is QQQ, so let's take a look at QQQ. We'll look at the weekly first then. I think the Nasdaq seems like it couldn't really break above this pennant that we, not a pennant, but a falling wedge, descending wedge, you might want to call it. It really couldn't finish it. It hit the 50 percentile here, the extension, and then it just came back. What did it close like right on the wedge? So if we pull back again, if we get a violent pullback towards 295s, 294s, I wouldn't be surprised, but then again, I wouldn't be bearish at all. Because what did SPY do? SPY actually touched the cloud twice. It went in the cloud, touched it, and then bounced back. QQQ, we didn't see that severe pullback. Maybe it was because it was so much higher above the cloud that we didn't get that pullback. But I mean, the as expected area, the support is going to be 302.89. So give or take 303 is going to be your support. Your resistance levels, this is the weekly chart, by the way. 318.39, 323.26. Let's go back to the daily chart and see how that looks like. Now on the daily, I'm sorry, we looked at SPY and it was it touched the top of the cloud on the daily, so that's my mistake. I'm sorry for that. I'll take it back. Actually, QQQ had more deeper as I thought I remembered. I was like, what's going on with the chart? QQQ had more deeper correction. And again, we expected it to go to this yellow box and it did, and that's where the correction actually stopped. MACD is about a crossover. So the run on QQQ is just beginning in my understanding. It's just that we need to break above 318.39. A very good, nice support on the 9-day moving average, which is around 310. So expect that support to come in. It's like touched on the wedge as well, the line or the channel line that we drew. So that's going to be your strong support. The resistance are very clear here. The 50% extension, Fibonacci extension. Then you have your 20 and the cloud top, which is sitting around 319. So that's going to be your heavy resistance area. The support area is going to come right around this channel right here. Okay, so expect QQQ worst case scenario be around like 310s next week, and then your resistance is going to be 318 and 323. Next is Dow. So let's take a look at Dow. Again, these are the ETFs. I'm not looking at the actual Dow Jones futures. Wow, I mean, it's super bullish. And we mentioned yesterday that it hit the resistance at 100%. It broke above and closed above. So that's a bullish sign. And 340 seems like Dow, let's see how it can do with the economy recovering and businesses opening and travel sector and the heavy industry getting more production, if that's going to work out or not. But I think this is pretty much extended. If we get another like couple more days upside, I think it needs a little rest. Although the MACD just started going up, we just had the 3 bars, so things look like it's just running in the beginning of the run. So that's fine. I mean, we had our extension, right? We figured our extension. This is the long term. Now look at the shorter term retracement. So the shorter term retracement says 328. So let's go ahead and see next week if 328.92. If it can break above, then it's going to definitely just move towards 340s. But I think it's just going to get stuck there. So just watch the 328.92 level on Dow and see how that reacts as a resistance. Okay. Overall, I mean, IWM was affected a lot, and it pulled up the hardest. So. And it's the beginning of a bullish run looking at the internals, MACD, stochastics, and RSI, definitely bullish. However, it moved on a descending volume bar, so that's not a good sign. A lot of gap ups, gap up, and it just went really heavy. It closed above the resistance, and I've always said when we were falling down here, and when we were up here anyways, I said, you know, I'd buy it at the bottom of the channel, which really got pushed down. What a strong recovery here on this long wick. Look at it, nice right off the cloud top. So that's a very nice bullish sign. Above all the moving averages, again, that's all bullish. 9 days crossing the 20, that's all bullish. I think it has a support at 228, and it's going towards 241 without a doubt. Okay, and it broke the previous high as well and closed way above it. So that's a good sign for IWM, Russell, and I think Russell is going to be continuing on a bullish run. I wouldn't be surprised if it pulls back a little at 228 to continue the next run. Next up is Apple here. So let's go ahead and take a look at Apple. Very strong bounce. As I said, I own the name now. MACD is crossing over, which is a good sign. The RSI isn't as much as I like. I want RSI to pull up a little, but the stochastics is also waiting for. So it's usually the opposite most of the time. We always see the MACD moving slower than the RSI and stochastics, but this time MACD is a little bit more ready than stochastics and RSI at this point. I love the crossovers on the internal. Again, the volume is moving down. I told you guys yesterday in the video that we have 2 possibilities, and I want to see which one plays out. If you didn't watch the video yesterday, I'll go ahead and do the scenario again for Apple. I did buy it yesterday. It's at a point. I bought it around right here, so I did have a drop, probably down like what 0.5%, so not much. I don't really care about what's gonna happen in next week. I've told you that I bought Apple thinking of the next couple months by the time it's summer. So as you can see the motion here, nice support on the 50% Fibonacci retracement. If we can pull up, so this is going to be a resistance right here. If we can break this wedge, we're going right around here, which is $130. Okay. So right here, as you can see, we need to break above the wedge. If we can't, the second scenario is that we're going to have a deeper correction. I don't know for whatever reason, which I don't mind. I'll buy more around here. But this is your buying area, this yellow box, and I put that there, and I warned everybody right around here, do not buy Apple. Wait until see if there's a cloud bounce. If it doesn't, wait until you see if we get a support around the yellow box. I drew that. I was dead on right with the lowest lows, but right now I'm right. I might be wrong in a couple weeks. I don't know. So we'll see if this rejection off of the wedge channel, top channel, and we might buy it at lowers at 116, or if it can break out, I'll be a seller at 130. Trying to buy it back a little bit lower price and build more shares, and then it's going to go eventually to 180 by summer. Let's go ahead and take a look at FUBO. Had a pullback today, which I was suspecting because I'm sorry, because it had a huge run yesterday, around 13%. So giving back that 4% is totally fine. What I did like about the chart today, and I was watching it very carefully, is the 100-day moving average, which I said it was really nice that we broke above it. We even broke above and closed the 61 above the 61.8 Fibonacci retracement. However, it acted at a resistance today. So as you can see, it was spot on. Okay, spot on, maybe a couple cents off. But then again, the 100-day moving average acted as a support. We don't know if this is building as a bear flag or not yet, but the way that IWM looked, I'm not sure if this is following IWM or QQQ. More or less about, I'd say like it's probably in between, but I don't know which group it belongs to, so I don't really care either because I'm looking at the chart of the individual stock, and it could behave very different. It could just go up while the market is going down. So the MACD crossover is not ready yet. Stochastics is okay. RSI is not picking up yet. I want to see if this 100-day moving average still acts as a support for the next coming days. Then that would be a very nice indicator of the future to the upside. Target didn't change, 43 to 47 in near future. Ultimate target is $60. Not pumping the stock. It's what this ABC pattern that I got. It will be invalidated if we break down the $27 range, and then you'd expect the stock to go down to 1837. But the way that it looks like right now, the 9-day moving average, it closed right underneath it. We need to break above the 9-day moving average, and the price has to keep on increasing so that the external indicators are going to get fixed. The internals are down anyways, right? It's about to turn over, but the external moving averages seems like still going down. So I want this price to be above 33.31, which I've told you guys yesterday that it's a very critical level. Okay. Next up is Palantir, which was acted really strong today. Very nice inside day candle. It did try to go lower than yesterday's lows, which it did. But look at the MACD, the first green bar here. Stochastics bullish, RSI bullish. Volume is descending a little bit, but it's expected because you had the lockup period passing by and all the earnings and everything. So it's going to be a heavy volume area here. We'll see how it consolidates. A lot of people are worried about this. I'll go ahead and draw a picture of it right here. So a lot of people think this could be a head and shoulder play. The neckline would be here then. You don't want to lose this area, which is around 23.32. I think it's going to be a support play here. Worst case scenario, it's just going to, dive into here and then return back. Um, I I mean the market being down the most of the day, I think it did a pretty good job resisting, and it was pushing 27 at one point, over 27 now. Its ask price is 26.99. buy price is bid price is 26.97. So I think it pretty much did a good job. I was happy with the performance of Palantir today. But more importantly, we're looking at the future. We don't care how it performed today. We don't care how it's going to perform in the next coming weeks. What I'm worried about is the next couple of months and the end of the year. So my idea is that Palantir is eventually going to go ahead and test next week the 28.29 area. If it breaks above, your next resistance level is 29.46. In the longer run, my price target is 56.59, so I'm looking at an almost 100% gain over my target would be by December. I like the fact that as you can see this wedge right here, it broke above the wedge. It contained above 9-day moving average. If it does pull back, if the market pulls back, NASDAQ pulls back, expect 24.64 to be your support level, right around where the 9-day moving average is. But it closed way above the 20, and I think it's going to push towards the 50-day moving average, which is 28.24. So that's a very critical level. Okay, you don't want to lose that level. It's been a while, and the 50-day moving average. It's been a while since we're below it, below the price. But it's a good thing that every time the price goes over the 20, look at this. After coming back, you're going to see violent moves. I know the company is doing a demo day again on April 14th or around there. So expect the stock to move before that, just like here. Before the demo day, we had some news, and the demo day kind of dropped and then picked up afterwards. So expect the stock to do a violent move before April 14th towards the $34 area. Next up is Tesla. I haven't covered Tesla for some time, so I want to go over Tesla and then NIO next. Tesla, very nice MACD crossover with a green bar. RSI is picking up. Stochastics isn't picking up that much, but that's fine. We've drawn the levels, and it touched basically on the level that we were expecting. I've drawn these cloud lines that I said, these cloud lines are going to be basically your support, and it came to couple cents or a dollar above it, and then it returned. It's still inside the cloud. Your 20-day moving average is going to be your resistance at 703. So 700 is a very psychological level at this point. If it breaks above and it goes within this pitchfork, expect the stock to go up to $810. My goal, and as I've said that before, is going to be 867. I think it's doable, and I would expect the first week of April, this stock can easily move towards the 867 level. But first thing first, it needs to break above 700. But I think more importantly, 710 is going to be a resistance where a 20-day moving average is. Okay. Next up is NIO. So let's go ahead and take a look at NIO. NIO had a tremendous comeback from 32 to 40s, right? Right now sitting at 45. I think it's flagging. Again, we see a lot of MACD crossovers on all the ETFs, all the tech stocks. Tesla is already beginning. It's a strong indicator. I don't like the volume being so low, but again, you're going to expect some volatility, a lot of volume around the earnings play here. So and then the market crashing around the same time as earnings didn't really help NIO. The turnaround point, the major story for NIO would be that if they start selling cars in Norway, Norway, Sweden, the Norwegian region, and also more importantly, America. So if they try to compete Tesla in America, I'd prefer Tesla because I'd be more nationalistic. But then I've told you the story about Chinese people buying more Tesla in China. So it's not about. I mean, you're paying money, so you want the quality. You want the best product for your money. So in terms of that, I really don't like the little circle, the little. It looks like a magic 8 ball, and it has this like little smiley face, and they need to take that off. I mean, I think it's annoying, and I just don't like it. If if NIO removes that annoying thing, maybe some people think it's cute. It's just that for a guy, like I don't know if any guys would like it, but I just don't like it. I don't want to talk about, I don't want to talk for other people, but it's just not my cup of tea having a little magic 8 ball with a smiley face in front of me while I'm driving. Anyhow, maybe your kids might like it. So the support, coming back to the technicals here, support is 41.94, and your resistance is going to be, look at all this stuff right here, right? Your 100-day, your 20-day, and the 100% fib level is sitting at 48. I think that's going to be a huge resistance. Now, a lot of people might think that it's going to go back and do another, fall, but I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think it's flagging here. Okay, so you want to watch for this flag, and it looks like, it might just bounce up and down, up and down. Eat some options premium basically, and then eventually break out to the next level. But the moving day averages, I don't like the 20 crossing down 100. That doesn't look so good. And the 9 day is still falling down. So we need couple days of upsides to fix this external indicators. I know the chart is a mess right now, but I'll just tell you, I can't fix the chart right now because I want to finish up the video in 30 minutes. But I'll tell you this one is that your two levels of resistances, one is $48 and the other one is $52. If it gets to 52, I think that's where I would sell most likely and wait for a slight pullback and get back in. That would be my thing. Now, if you want a long run, I told you guys that my long-term price target on NIO is 82. That's going to give you 100%. So building a position here would be nice. And then it doesn't look so bad. Let me just delete all these red lines, right? It's going to be confusing for a lot of people. And I'll just delete I'll just delete most of my drawings so that it looks more simple. Okay, there you go. I think this looks more simple. You have two channels here, one at the bottom, one at the top. I think that it reversed from the bottom. It's a good sign, and it could push back all the way to the top around even 55 is doable. So that's where I would be a seller. But then again, your moving day averages are going to be a very strong resistance around 47, 63, $48. Well, let's continue on with Uber, another, car sector, I would say. After reviewing Tesla and NIO, we want to dive into Uber. Reason why I've dove into Uber is because most of the time I'm technically always correct on Uber for some reason. I guess it moves towards my technical understanding. MACD, oh, super. Crossover is there. It looks bullish. That's a reversal right here. So that's where you want to get in. Stochastics is already turned around and it's bullish. RSI is bullish. What I would say is that if Uber falls back to $56, it would be a very nice pullback right around the 20-day moving average. Your resistance is sitting at 61.02 and $59. Now that it's over $59, it might act as a support. If it loses, then it's going to go back to 56. My long-term target for Uber is going to be 77.97. It's a strong stock. If the economy recovers, it's going to go and move on with the travel sector as well. It's kind of like, I like Uber because it's like tech, but then it's also like your travel industry with, air travel, cruises and everything. It moves along with it. Of course, it did get affected from the pullback, but more importantly, it's like right after the earnings, that's when you saw the fall. What I would do is I'd, build a position, just like NIO. We're calling NIO from $42 to $82 around there, $85. I forgot what I just said a couple minutes ago, but I think Uber is in the same position, very strong internals and externals. It's moving towards bullish run. And as long as it clears 61, it's going to move towards $78. So that's pretty good. NIO has more upside, I would say, but this is American company. And I think, economy, opening up, it's going to affect Uber's business in a nice way. Restaurants, bars are open. People are going to use more Uber. I know Uber Eats might fall down. Business might go down a little bit, but then I think their main business is depending on the actual Uber. And look for the company's autonomous driving technologies. And I feel bad for the drivers, but it is what it is. The company might make more profit off of that as well. Next up is AMD. I haven't reviewed AMD for some time and it's lagging. It's not really picking up. I mean, 73 to 80, it wasn't really exciting that much. It didn't move as much as I wanted to. MACD is crossing up. Look at all the internals for all the stocks that I just reviewed today. They're acting the same. And MACD hasn't been this low for some time now. So I like the recovery scenario here. I think it can go all the way up to $90 and 92 area. My ultimate target before the crash was 120, but boy, I was wrong. It just, nobody expected it to go down this low, and the technicals at the double bottom position here, so it's back at September lows. So it's a pretty good area. It's a pretty good scenario that it might go up towards 87 and then go down again towards 77 and then have its run, something like this right here, right? It might establish another, higher low higher low on the second leg of the ABC and then move up. But I think this is a good play that it's been beaten down, and if you start accu accumulating at the 70s, 80s, then you have a high, you have like a 50% profit chance. The the bottom is going to be around 74 and 67. So you're you're not losing much by doing, uh, I like I like to look at it statistically when I get something. How much far on the chart are we expecting it to go down? Pretty much this gap fill, right? Around 68, worst case scenario. But then how much to the upside is 120. So that's like, your downside of losing versus your upside of winning. There's a huge opportunity there, and it's a good stock, solid stock to get into. I know that a lot of money flew into Intel being the blue chip and safe haven with its um, dividend and everything, but it's going to turn around. The story is going to turn around, and people are going to go into tech in the next upcoming weeks, and that's when the AMDs will move with AMD and other chip sector. Finally, I wanted to review this stock because I think this chart is very interesting but also exciting. So I honestly should have not ignored BlackBerry. If I haven't invested in Palantir, this would have been my stock to go into because the MACD looks so good. It's just crossed over stochastics RSI, and look at this chart. It's a beauty. Look at this breakout. Now, this is what I'm always talking about when I do my videos, right? Now, it might come back and get a 9-day moving average support again at $10. That would be a great, great, great entry, but it broke all above the moving averages, so the price is sitting really nice. I don't know what the news was today. Did they sign a contract with somebody? I don't know. But look at this, right? Look at the breakout and then bam, right? You might get a breakout and go towards 17. It's doable. I like this chart, and let me just go ahead and take a copy, image copy. What are my golden rules? I always check the internals, bullish, bullish, bullish. I mean, the volume kind of died off after this, heavy move on AMC and GameStop stock. So BlackBerry was kind of with them and it moved with them. Now it's lagging. They're both moving again, AMC and GameStop. But BlackBerry is an actual like it has like pretty good business. That's not. I mean, it died obviously after iPhone, but I'd say that the chart is just look at this rounding bottom and look at this. That's where you want to get it. Now, a lot of people before the crash, and I was getting really, really upset and like I couldn't express myself. And I think people are now paying attention and understanding me more what I was saying. Like I just kept showing this curling bottom, okay, and breaking above the descending trend. That's where you buy it. And a lot of people were asking me like when the price is here, and I said no. I don't care if the price goes 100% above it. You shouldn't risk it because the downside is tremendous. Right here, the downside is going to be $8, but the upside is going to be $17. So you go in thinking that, okay, worst case scenario, if it drops to 100 moving day average, 100-day moving average, which is around like $9, I can average down. That's a heavy drop actually, 30%, but the upside here is nearly 80%. So I think this is a good gamble. I mean, I don't want to say gamble, but statistically, you want to buy something that has less downside and more upside, and I think that BlackBerry is that play. Um, I like it. I like the chart. I like that it fits all my criteria in the internals, externals, and this formation that I love, the rounding bottom, and it broke above the you know descending channel. So then now that's where you buy. It's a strong, look at this green candle. It's a strong candle right here. So I'm expecting this stock to at least hit the bottom of the cloud at 15, and the most, the bullish scenario will be 1766. So I just wanted to bring this to people's attention that if you want to buy a chart, if you're trading technically, that those are the things that you should look for. That being said, basically, I'm done with reviewing everything. We've finished it under 30 minutes. I want to thank everybody. It's really meaningful that I have 1K subscribers. Honestly, when I started this channel, my friend was like, why don't you just share your knowledge? Like, I think you know a lot. I said, you mean, I don't think I know a lot. It's just basic concept. But he said that I like the way you teach. I like the way you describe things. I like your passion. Just start a channel. And I was like, fine, I'll probably get like 100 subs in a year. But we reached over 1K in 3 months. This shows me this is the best award. Like I don't care about opening up some private channel and get money from people. This is the best gift for me that to see that people are subscribing and they're listening to what I have to say, even 2 minutes if you listen to what I have to say, it's a gift for me. It just makes me happy, right? I'm not here for the money. I'm not here, even the stock market, right? I'm not here to make like millions of dollars in stock market. It's just a passion for me, you know. I have family, I have kids. Of course, I work for them, but I concentrate more on what I do daily on my day job. So it's the stock market here is passion for me. So you shouldn't treat me as a professional stock trader. Anything I say in this video or anything I say in this entire channel is for educational purpose only. I don't like put out buy signals, sell signals. I just like the charts. I like the charts and I show them and I want you to see what I see in the charts. And if you like it, just give us a give us a like and subscribe to the channel to see more of this. Obviously, I've, not been able to record lately because, and then my second job started, as I told you, that I teach cybersecurity after, after my work after I finish my work at 5. I start a class at 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. So within that 2 hour gap, like I need to eat, I need to, be with the kids, and I have to do these recordings. So it's very tough for me. And then the basement also, the kind of, I just had to stop the construction because my classes started. So I have to work on it on the weekend. So all I have to say is just give me time, understand me. I can't do the daily videos as much as I like doing them. I might just do a couple of videos a week, and I think it still serves a purpose. So that being said, enjoy your weekend, enjoy your family, and don't forget, health is the greatest gift that is given to you. So enjoy your health and take care of it. Money comes second.